evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Movie Night here on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast. Joining me tonight is
Ron.
Hope
How you doing, everybody?
I'm at a crazy house right now. I'm actually at the Rev Grimm and Shannon's house with a whole kit and caboodle behind me, so I apologize for the background noise.
No worries. Sounds like you're having some fun there.
Oh yeah, Shannon and Alan made dinner for everybody. The whole family's here, so. Oh, she did join us. So her stream, she won't be on camera, but joining us tonight is Mama D.
What?
Hello, Mama D.
Hello.
Hold on. I don't have any.
He's working on it. Oh, okay. What's up, Gary? Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in tonight.
Hey, Gary.
Doing a little unorthodox show, but.
Okay.
See if Danielle gets her audio going.
Yep.
Sam Simmons in the chat. Good evening, Sam. Nice to see you. Hope the drive home is going well.
Hey, Sam.
He only ate a piece of bread.
Thanks for popping in.
I don't believe you. Did you have any pasta?
Dawn, good evening. Thanks for popping in.
Well, you better go eat a bowl of pasta.
Hey, Dawn.
So, once D gets situated, we are going to start a list at 26 and go up to number 1 of instant cult classics. So, saying hello from Maryland tonight. So, Sam is now south of us.
Okay.
Good. I've been meaning to say to Sam, take the Texas weather back with you, please.
No, it's not.
I don't know about you, but I am over his heat.
We've had everything but a twister, so we'll pass.
Yeah, knock on wood on that one.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, let's not knock on it too hard here. We just had a storm pass through.
That's fucking racist.
Yeah, well, it's coming this way, so.
Jeez. Wait, yeah.
Yep.
And Caleb's in there dropping a deuce.
Got the whole kit and caboodle here, as everyone can see. Like,
You got the fan on in there, bro?
It definitely sounds like the shit shows there.
oh yeah, we got Alan, Shannon, Fassy, CJ.
The whole crew's here.
Alan D's in the studio tonight.
Hi, Diddy.
Hello.
So, all right, Alan, if you want to start with number 26, like we had discussed, feel free.
All righty. So let's start off with number 26 on the list, and that would be The Princess Bride, directed by Rob Reiner. Great cult classic film. Did not necessarily do gangbusters at the box office, but definitely found a new life on video, and is, pretty much one of those must-sees if you're flipping through the channels and you come across that. I know for me, I always have a tendency to stop at this one, so that's usually a pretty good measure of a cult classic.
Oh, yeah, they used to play it for us in middle school during the hot days, and they would just stop everything and put us all in the hallway and roll out the TV. We'd all watch The Princess Bride.
There you go. Yeah, Carrie Elwes and Robin Wright, Mandy Patinkin, Chris
Andre the
Sarandon,
Giant.
Andre the Giant, Wallace Shawn as Vicini, classic character. A really funny cameo by Billy Crystal and Carol Kane as Magic Max and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He's only mostly dead.
If he was all the way dead.
I mean, I think I've seen this maybe once. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
No.
John.
I slack on a lot of movies these days nowadays. You guys know that.
Well, you should keep a list tonight because there's some must-sees on this list for sure.
Yeah, The
And I
Princess
know
Bride
that
is
list-
definitely one.
That list keeps on getting longer and longer, but
It does. I mean,
this should be towards the top.
I do have a 12-day vacation starting on next Thursday, so I have plenty of time.
Okay, there you go. So maybe you can catch a couple anyway.
Couple, maybe half my list.
Yep. So anybody else got anything on this one before we move on?
Gary's just saying either stuck in Pittsburgh, Sam's saying they're in Virginia, West Virginia. So, it's going twice. All right, number 25, we have Easy Rider from 1969.
Wow. This one's going back a ways. Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper. Definitely one of those films that kind of goes back before a lot of people's times. But if you were lucky enough to have caught it at some point, it's definitely a well-made film. Dennis Hopper was the director and did also star in it as well.
True.
So, this is towards the beginning of the time when an actor would appear in a film and direct it as well. Really wasn't very prevalent in the 50s. It definitely started to come to more mainstream in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what Mel Brooks was doing.
Yeah, actually it was because obviously Mel appeared in almost all of his. So he always snuck himself in for a cameo somewhere along the line.
Oh, of course, but I don't know how he's going to do it in History of the World Part 2.
Yeah, well, he definitely was involved in the in doing the promos and stuff, but honestly, I haven't gotten through all the episodes yet, so I watched the first 2, I think, and then I unfortunately got away from it, but I got to go back to it. Amber with a "Hey, you guys."
Hey, you guys.
There you go, Johnny.
You guys don't like it then. Oh no, I did. I'll sit out there.
I did that
How
pretty
you
good.
doing? How you doing, Amber?
Oh, Johnny, you're looking a little scruffy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hold on, she's coming.
I'm not normally this close to the camera, but I'm also not at my normal place, so.
And I'm hiding off camera.
There you go.
I got some gray hair in there, too, if you look close enough.
What are you trying to say?
If no one's seen number 24 on this list, I quit the show right now.
Okay. Number 24 is Breakfast Club. Now, I don't think there's many people who haven't seen it.
I mean, if you haven't, then I guess shame on you. This is one I can say I have seen. So.
This kickstarted a whole bunch of actors.
Oh, yeah. This was the quote-unquote Brat Pack.
Yep, Brat Pack is a good way to put it.
Which came to feature a bunch of films back then, around the mid-'80s. Consist of these guys, Judd Nelson and Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy, Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall. But then you'd also throw, I guess, Andrew McCarthy in there, Rob Lowe.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's probably a few other ones that I'm not mentioning right off the top of my head, but they pretty much dominated all the John Hughes films of the 80s.
Oh, God, yeah.
You go to the bathroom?
Well, after the Breakfast Club, yeah, like 16 Candles come out with Molly Ringwald, Pretty in Pink. So,
All right.
Oh, you know who the other one is? who's actually pretty popular right now. Wow.
That's Morgan.
Yeah. James Spader was actually part of the Brat Pack as well. So I guess you have to throw him in there as well.
Yeah, you could do Patrick Swayze because you were talking about the ones that were out doing the other guy, and I was like, oh, you're talking about The Outsiders.
Yeah, because then you have C. Thomas Howell you could throw in there, and Ralph Macchio was in there, but he really wasn't considered part of the Brat Pack, though.
No, he was the Karate Kid.
Yeah, he went on to be Karate Kid. So,
That is very, very true.
Or according to Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother, the actual real Karate Kid was William Zabka, who was his opponent. So there was actually an episode of How I Met Your Mother, which actually ended up being the beginnings of Cobra Kai, because they did an episode with Ralph Macchio and William Zabka in How I Met Your Mother.
I didn't watch a lot of that show.
You don't want to hurt the 8 babies.
Yeah, so that
How I Met Your Mother was a great show.
yeah, I love that show.
I mean, I got the first 7 seasons on DVD, so.
There you go. Got
The
that.
husband and I were just watching Shadow and Bone before I got up here.
Oh,
What were you
okay.
watching?
Shadow and Bone.
Oh, okay. Not gonna lie, I never heard of it.
So yeah, Breakfast Club, definitely one of those films that's an instant classic.
Oh, yeah, you can still relate to it to this day.
And so many quotable lines.
Oh yeah.
It's just one of those ones that'll just go on and on, cross over generations.
Mhm.
True.
I don't recommend a pixie stick sandwich, though.
No, no, not at all.
I mean,
Okay, how about number 23, Johnny?
Number 23, we have Army of Darkness from 1992.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Bruce Campbell, directed by Sam Raimi. This is part of the Evil Dead series. With Ash, Bruce Campbell as Ash. Definitely something a little off the beaten path. So,
A little.
well, quite a bit off the beaten path. Basically, he was a hardware store clerk, and he was transported to like 1300 AD. So it's a time travel, I guess, thriller, comedy, horror kind of deal.
It says comedy horror on IMDb, so.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of put a tag on it because it was just all over the place, but definitely a cult classic for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sorry, I just can't get past the vision of Doctor Strange with Bruce Campbell, punching himself in the face and squirting himself with mustard. It's just, I just can't get past that.
No. It's kind of like Dr. Frankenstein or Young Frankenstein. There's some really good one-liners in there.
Definitely. And you never know, that might pop up on this list too.
It's true.
It's very possible. Okay, number 22. The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Oh my god, the Coke bottle.
Yeah, the Coke bottle falling out of the sky.
Yeah, it was thrown out of a plane.
Yep.
I've never seen this.
What?
Yeah, this was very critically acclaimed. It's from 1980. I guess you'd have to call it kind of a comedy. But there was some other kind of action, like sequences in it as well, kind of.
Yeah.
But mostly it was a
Did
comedy.
you go over and smell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But how they would fight over it.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
So
Can't speak much about it. I haven't seen it, so
yep, definitely falls into the category called classic for sure.
Hmm.
All right,
Well, it's-
number 21.
yeah, Clerks from 1994.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith
Gotta-
at his finest.
Dante and Randall. Definitely great. Kevin Smith. This is kind of going to his roots.
Yep.
1994. And the scene, they're working at a convenience store, and the scene with the rental in the video store is that alone is worth the price of admission.
Oh yeah.
And they used to play hockey on the roof of the store, and yeah, there was definitely some. They weren't exactly top of the line at customer service. Let's put it that way.
Now it's also the emergence of Silent Bob and
Yes,
Jay.
Jay and Silent Bob. Yep, that's pretty much where they originated,
Hmm.
and then branched out from there.
Oh my god.
But definitely a great funny movie. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, what do we call it? Dumb humor. You just sit there and just watch it so you can laugh.
Yep, absolutely. I think it would definitely fall into that category. Okay, number 20.
I was hoping to have Morgan and Shannon jump off for this one so they can give me shit for never seeing this one neither, but they both just
Labyrinth.
walked outside.
Yeah. So you won't get in trouble when we talk about it.
I'm sure they might be listening somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Go back, Sarah. Yeah, little David Bowie action with Jennifer Connelly and Jim Henson's Muppets.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's just it was a work of art. It really was. Jim Henson's
Creature.
vision of this realm and all the different characters that he brought to this, absolutely tremendous.
Or David Bowie in very tight riding pants.
Yeah, okay. And actually, Jim Henson directed this as well. Believe it
Yes.
or not. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been told I'm getting kidnapped and they made watch this movie one night, so I will.
You have to watch the Dark Crystal, or no, not the Dark Crystal Labyrinth.
Yeah.
It is it's a rite of passage.
So I've been told.
And there's some good songs in it too, John. So the
That's what-
soundtrack should be an attraction for you as well.
No, I'm sure it is. I think we talked about that one night.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Adventure, Family, and Fantasy, 1986.
Hmm. Trying to figure out where the thunder is. Is it up here at my house or is it down there where you are, Johnny?
Well, I'm in a room full of people, so it might be a mixture of both.
Is
Yeah,
Alan
could
there?
be.
Yeah, Alan's behind me.
Well, hopefully it's not that kind of thunder.
Alan's behind
I'm not here, goofball.
me.
Don't mess with Vader.
Okay, so number 19 is a very, very bizarre movie.
Yeah,
That's-
number
that's-
19 is
No, stop messing.
Being John Malkovich, 1999. This movie is just freaky. Basically, it's about a guy who's
No, dude.
who does puppets,
Now take it
and
easy.
he discovers a portal that lets people jump into the body of John Malkovich. So literally, when you pass through this portal, wherever John Malkovich is, you assume his body. And
That sounds
it is kind of out there. Honestly. Spike Jonze directed this, and it was obviously John Malkovich, but you also had John Cusack and Cameron Diaz in this as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is people jumping in and out of John Malkovich's body, and actually, like, having the shots, the cinematography of like looking out of John and Malkovich's body into what's going on around you. It was definitely a little spacey.
Well,
I've
any
seen-
John Cusack movies are weird.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen blips and blobs of it. I haven't watched it the whole way through.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I'll call it that.
Fair enough.
Okay. Number 18, Night of the Living Dead, 1968.
Okay.
So our first horror movie on the list. It actually did not carry a rating for some reason. But it's basically, flesh-eating ghosts and farmhouse and,
Mm-hmm.
the
They
formula.
won't stay dead.
Yeah. So, I mean, I saw it once, I think. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it was George A. Romero who directed it. So, not really any named stars in it back then in the 60s, late 60s. Definitely a cult type movie.
Yeah, it was definitely something you had to be into to watch.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Then the one right above it, number 17, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a movie I won't watch to this day because it turns my stomach.
Why?
I guess the gore of it just skews me out.
But it's not real. I mean, it was essentially strawberry jelly.
I understand that, but when you're 5 years old watching this movie, it's gonna scare you.
So,
Yeah, but-
so I just had to stop for a second. Is Amber calling me Wikigoo?
No, Jack was in here.
Oh, Jack was in here. I didn't see him. I was toggled to the other screen.
Yeah, Jack had popped in for a second. So.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, we haven't followed the show very much.
No. It's been pretty quiet. So.
Yeah. Yep. Nah, it's all good. So let's see. I am. My phone died, so I am toggling back and forth between two screens. So, excuse me if I miss a comment here or there.
All good.
Hopefully, you guys can cue me in if it's anything I need to know.
No, so far you're good.
Okay. Number 17 is our second horror movie on the list.
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I said,
1974.
Yeah, I had said it makes my stomach upset when I watch this movie.
Yeah. Yep. Went on to inspire a Geico commercial.
It did. Why can't we just go in the running car?
Let's go hide behind the chainsaws. Smart.
That was just bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a bad commercial, but it was a funny one in the same aspect.
Yeah, but that was a money grab for that one.
Oh, absolutely. That's what all commercials are all about anymore, the money grab. They say
I still chuckle when I see it.
Oh, yeah, you have to. Stupid funny.
Okay. Well,
Right.
number 16, I wish Sam was still here.
Yeah, this is you and Sam's movie, not me.
Because number 16 is Monty Python and the Holy Grail from 1975.
That's Kenny's favorite.
I mean, one night Sam and I were in here and we were just going back and forth quoting lines all night. It was like from all different Monty Python. It wasn't just Holy Grail, but
Yeah, and I'm sitting here
Yeah.
looking like, okay, what are they saying? Like, sure, okay, sure, yeah.
Oh, well, I already
But-
told you what the evil plan is for my brother and sister-in-law's marriage in March. I'm going to have somebody walk in and go, marriage.
Yeah. Oh God.
That'll make it fun though.
No, my goal is to make her cry.
Well, we
Oh,
can hope we can
hey.
do both.
Good to have goals.
Ron, you're not supposed to encourage stuff. Remember, you're the voice of reason.
Yeah, that title is slipping away from me very quickly.
That it is very true.
Yes. So this was actually directed by two of the members of Monty Python, Terry Jones and Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam pretty much was the animation part of it. Like he, even during the show, that was kind of his forte. And Terry Jones was more about the live action portion of it, but they worked on it together. So definitely a million great quotable lines from this one, but
CJ, you're gonna have a baby.
I mean, if you indeed want to quote lines, go ahead. I'll just stay here and look pretty. But
oh man,
Well, there's far too many to quote here.
yeah, I think I'd have to agree. Yeah,
are we talking about a script reading possibly one night, and you guys can just reenact the whole movie?
that could be done.
I don't know if we can come close to the what do they call it? The division of silly walks.
Yeah,
I think you can do it. I'm up for a challenge.
I actually had to turn down an opportunity to perform the Ministry of Silly Walks. A good friend of mine is in a tribute band that is called they're a Led Zeppelin tribute band called Flying Circus, and they wanted me to dress the part and introduce them in their first gig here in New Jersey by coming down the aisle and doing the silly walk, but my knees did not agree.
That's why you lubricate with beer beforehand.
Hey, I believe me, I've tried that. It makes you not care, but it doesn't fix it.
No, not even remotely close.
Yep. All right, number 15.
I'll take this one, Ron. We got
Go ahead,
number
go.
15, The Elephant Man from 1980.
Whoa.
A biography and drama. Starring, let me open it up real quick.
Anthony Hopkins and John Hurt.
Yep, Anthony Hopkins, John Hurt, and Bancroft.
That's Mrs. Mel Brooks.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
John Gielgud, who was the butler in Arthur, won an Academy Award for that role, as a matter of fact. Directed by David Lynch, who also did Twin Peaks, and what was the other one that he was very famous for? Blue. Wow, I just heard the thunder here.
Yeah,
Blue Bloods?
No. I forget off the top of my head. But David Lynch is definitely was ahead of his time, and this was in 1980. This is actually based on a true story. And actually, interesting fact, the skeletal remains of the actual Elephant Man were purchased by Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson had possession of the skeletal remains of the Elephant Man.
Because that wasn't creepy enough.
Yeah, he just needed a little bit more to get over the top.
What is it? He bought the rights to the Beatles and Eminem.
Yeah. Yeah, he bought the whole Beatles catalog. He outbid Paul McCartney for it, and they were
Yeah.
actually friends, and it created a temporary rift, and then it ended up getting mended before he passed. But
I don't know. People believe that, Michael Jackson isn't dead.
yeah, he's hanging out with Elvis at the buffet in at the Venetian in Vegas.
On the shitter.
Yeah. And they got a little kid, what they thought was a little kid. It turned out to be Bubbles in a mask.
Yeah. I think that Voice of Reason title is gone, Ron.
Yeah. The conspiracy theory about Bubbles the monkey hanging out at the Venetian in Las Vegas.
I think Bubbles died not too long ago, right?
Yeah, I think so. If I remember correctly, I did read something about that. Okay, number 14. Oh, boy.
All right. On the number 14 from 1975, you have the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, boy.
And yes, I was forced to watch this one as a kid by my mother.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Harwin Theater. Friday night, midnight shows.
Yeah.
Let's just say I did own a pair of fishnets, and we'll leave it at that.
Cool.
That image.
Because we took turns playing the different parts, and when it came around to me, I kind of went all out on it. So
Well, we go to the live show, so you bring your party hats, your streamers, toilet paper, and then everybody yells out,
spray
"Damn it,
bottle,
Janet!" Spray bottle, "Damn it, Janet!" You call her a slut,
newspaper,
Mhm.
toast.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to propose a toast.
Toast.
Next thing you know, you get pelted with 20 pieces of Wonder Bread. Yeah.
Never ever claim to be a virgin at a live show.
Yeah.
Have you been here before? Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, I
Everything.
have. Why, yes, I have. Yes.
Yes.
Don't let them see you sweat.
Yeah, I went through the rites as being a virgin at a live show.
Oh boy. Yeah, so
Mm.
you had a special treat that night.
Yeah, no, deep throating a hot dog is not the highlight of my life.
Oh, God.
So Tim Curry, brilliant in this. Susan Sarandon and Barry Bostwick.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Meatloaf.
Yeah. Richard O'Brien, who also went on to direct the second part called Shock Treatment, which was the unofficial sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show. But this one, just bizarre. That's all you can say.
And you gotta do your time warp, don't forget. Let's do time warp again.
And there were some good songs in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Let's see here. What else was there during the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Oh, the lips in the beginning. I think that was a director's wife.
Yes, I believe you are correct. The director was a guy named Sharman, I think. He wasn't really a top flight director. He was British.
Yeah, the Rocky Horror Picture Show was a fly-by-night production. They didn't have a budget.
Yeah, you could tell by some of the extras in the Transylvania scenes are just out there.
Well, they found the weirdest people they could find.
And subsequently, it's there's a song that includes "You're a Hot Dog," so there you go.
That's why you have to do the part for a hot dog.
Yep, that's it.
That just sounds dangerous.
You get brought up on stage if you raise your hand that you're a virgin, and up there it's decided by the audience what you have to do to break or pop your cherry. I had to have a hot dog from the actor who played Frankenfurter.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was usually a pretty creative group, so they came up with some funny stuff on a week
Nice.
to week.
You just ask if his tuck game is strong.
Yeah. Oh
Fair
man.
enough.
All right. 13.
Want me to say? You want me to
Yeah,
say?
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. You have Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
It's a really good Johnny Depp movie.
1998. Yeah, Johnny Depp playing Hunter Thompson. Um, Toby Maguire was in it too, actually,
Hmm.
and Benicio del Toro. But this is based on a true character who who was a writer, kind of an independent journalist, but he was very much out there. He wrote a lot for Rolling Stone,
Hmm.
and he was very. Actually, there was another movie that portrayed Hunter S. Thompson, and that was the one with Bill Murray, where he played the same character. And I'm trying to remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Well, you know
But
me, top of my head's not that smart, so.
Yeah,
I think I know which movie you're talking about, Ron. I don't remember the name.
yeah. That's. I'm just gonna check real quick because that's gonna bother me.
Evening, Curtis. Thanks for popping in tonight. Nice to see you. You can't see her, but you can hear her. We have Mama D joining us in the studio tonight. She usually is over on Twitch causing havoc, but
I do not cause havoc. I just have very colorful ideas and word them
There you go.
correctly.
I was going to introduce you to Potterhead tonight, but I chose not to.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Is Facebook gonna ban me again for another hour? Because I said
No,
I'm a Potterhead.
look, I could just do this. Look at your name in 1 second. Potterhead.
Bye.
He's
Hi.
Yeah.
DJ Scoop.
You
Hey, what's up?
got Kevin here too. Look, I got the whole gang still here.
Oh,
Nice.
Kevin's still awake.
Is he frozen?
No, he's looking up something.
Oh. Well, put yourself in.
Yeah.
I will.
Do it. The storm's coming. Do it. It's raining. Is it raining?
Everyone's running for the hills, so I get peace and quiet. Yay!
It's thundering here in Pottstown again.
I don't understand why I can't find this, but
Yeah, everyone's heading back up north because of the storms that moving in here. So
yep.
It's
All right,
just so
well,
bad.
we're gonna pass on that because I can't find it right off. I don't want to hold up the show.
okay.
But Bill Murray played him too, so we'll just go with that.
And Mark Harmon was in this movie apparently too. I just looked it up.
Oh yeah, I
The
didn't know
guy
that.
from NCIS
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
said he was a newspaper, a magazine seller or something.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting. But
All right, number 12,
you have Pink Floyd, The Wall.
1982.
They made that a movie. I thought that was just a music video.
Oh no, it is a messed up movie, and it is not one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was. It was something.
It's straight from the mind of Robert Plant.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
sounds kind of scary.
Oh, it was. I mean, you have hammers walking, and like you see him sitting there, and them forcing him to watch this, and putting drops in his eyes, and so this is pretty much everything that he sees. It's one big acid trip after the other.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
a
gotta
good way
be
to
a drug
describe
collector.
it. That's definitely a good way to describe it.
That sounds like I need to start doing some drugs to watch this movie. Okay, I'm in.
I really recommend a really strong strain of LSD if you're going to watch this.
I'm sure I can find some around you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you're probably better off with something that doesn't make you paranoid.
Yeah, because that one would definitely mess with your head a little bit.
So does a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you might hear that name come up soon, just so you know.
Yep.
All right.
Number 11.
The Big Lebowski.
Lebowski.
Lebowski, sorry.
The dude
Yep.
abides.
The dude.
They're Jeffrey Bridges, right?
Yes.
Yes.
John Goodman,
Yep,
Joanne Moore, and Steve Buscemi.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by the Coens.
And
Nice.
we never rumble on Shabbos.
A very, very short list of bowling movies.
Kingpin was
Lebowski,
another one.
Kingpin and Lebowski, and also the one other one comes to mind right off the top of my head is one called Dreamer with Tim Matheson, where he works in a bowling alley and he tries to get on the pro tour. So, and then Grease 2, they do a whole big jazz production in the bowling alley. So
Grease
yeah.
2 is underrated.
There were some good songs in Grease 2. I'm sorry.
Yes.
The acting was horrible.
Oh, come on.
But,
It's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. And actually, she does not claim it on her resume. And she won't talk about it when people bring it up to her still. After all these years, there were 2 movies that she disowned at the beginning of her career. One was Grease 2, and the other one was a film that was called The Hollywood Knights, which was Robert Wall and Stuart Pankin and a young Michelle Pfeiffer and a young Tony Danza. Actually,
Speaking of like Michelle Pfeiffer, I did not like her in Wolf.
Don't touch you.
in which one?
Wolf.
Wolf. Okay.
Yeah, not her best performance. I mean, she did partner with Jack Nicholson on this one, but it was not her best performance.
And not Jack's either.
No.
The script wasn't very good.
No. Dangerous Minds was an extremely well written movie.
Yep.
And she did. Yeah.
And she made a bitchin' Catwoman too.
Yes, and she did play a really good evil queen in Maleficent.
There you go. Yep.
That you did, yep. All right. Number 10 from 1995, you got 12 Monkeys.
Weird movie. So weird. So weird. So good.
You kind of see a pattern here when we're talking about these cult classics. A lot of them are kind of on the outer edge of reality, you know. So the crazier it is, the more likely it was to find a following, even though it wasn't really a big box office success.
Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. I mean, you know, it's not like this. And this was also directed by Terry Gilliam from Monty Python.
Explains like the separation.
Yep. Yeah.
Evening, Chris. Thanks for popping in.
So that was number 10, and that definitely Bruce Willis. Was it Bruce or Brad that shaved his head for it?
Both.
I think they both did, right?
Yeah, Brad shaved his head too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they both actually shaved their heads. They didn't use like bald caps or anything.
No, Bruce just went off his meds.
Yeah. That's true. All right, we're cracking into the top 10 now.
Yep. At number 9, you from 1982, you have the original Blade Runner.
The only Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
That remake was trash. I'm sorry. You give me Harrison Ford and Daryl Hannah and Rutger Hauer, I'll take that any day.
Yeah, that remake was a hot piece of garbage.
Yeah. And Edward James Olmos, who also was from Miami Vice, playing the cop with the freaky eyes.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, that was definitely a great movie. I enjoyed that a lot. And that was Ridley Scott, who also did the first Alien movie.
It was. And do you know that the slime that they use in Aliens is the thickening agent that McDonald's uses in their milkshakes?
Ooh, I don't think I want to know that.
Yeah, you might have just ruined that one for me too.
Yeah,
I'm happy to help.
Oh,
didn't
God,
they-
I'm good.
you might save me a couple. You might save me a couple calories this week. No milkshakes for you, Ron.
And who's that? You was this? Who's like join us? I mean,
All right, number 8.
number 8, you have The Nightmare Before Christmas.
My all-time favorite.
This is really good. Well, you could, Danielle, you could talk on this one. Definitely. You're a big fan.
Oh, yeah, I've watched it no less than 600 times.
That'll do it.
So,
Yeah, it's one of Tim Burton's greatest achievements, especially with stop motion picture, because they were all done in claymation and they physically had to move each piece millimeters to get the shot. So it gave it that old timey cartoon feeling that they did with like what is it like the Year Without a Santa Claus? It's all that old claymation feeling.
Yeah.
And the fact that like Tim Burton brought in oh my god, the guy who wrote the music for it actually sings.
Yeah, Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman sings, and Pee Wee Herman is one of Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Kevin's mom from Home Alone.
Yep.
And then Danny Elfman also played another. I think he played Shock or Barrel.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you had Chris Sarandon in there. You had William Hickey.
Oogie Boogie.
Yeah. William Hickey, hilarious in a film called My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin and Rick Moranis. And William Hickey was in that, and he was just hilarious as an old ex-convict friend of Steve Martin's character who owned a pet shop. He don't say Polly want a cracker. Now I wish that movie was on here because that's a great movie that really didn't do a lot at the box office, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, but what else was the other one? Was it The Bullet Train or Hear No Evil, See No Evil?
Bullet Train was Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
Hear No Evil, See No Evil was
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Where Richard Pryor was blind.
Richard Pryor was blind, and Gene Wilder's character was deaf but could see. So together they made like a whole person, and it was hilarious to watch them bounce off of each other.
That was a great movie. I mean, if cards had been played correctly, Richard Pryor was actually originally thought of for the role of Sheriff Bart for Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, but he turned it down.
Yeah, but then he did end up coming in and consulting with Mel on the writing.
Mm-hmm.
So he did get a writer's credit, but he just couldn't do the actual film.
All right.
So.
You hear me?
good to know. I'm just sitting here listening, learning as I go.
And the famous bean eating scene is real.
Yeah.
Every sound effect that you hear is not a sound effect. It is real.
A bee eating scene.
Oh, yeah. Just wait till you meet
No,
Bruno.
John, John, now hold on. Are you telling me that you've never seen Blazing Saddles? Please don't tell me that.
If I have, it's been about 20 years.
You wouldn't forget it.
You need a new co-host.
Yeah. Okay, Danielle, same time next week. There he goes.
Man child.
Yep, there you go. Who didn't know that was going to happen?
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, you
We're
don't need
sorry.
me, so I've been fired. It's okay.
Well, I wasn't the one that chose not to watch Blazing Saddles.
I watched it. It's been a while.
Okay, fair
Hey,
enough.
John, can you put my name back to normal now?
Yeah, sure. No one can see it but us, but okay.
Well, I see it. I'm like, that's not me.
I got you. Almost put Mama D4. Number 7 from 1983, you have Scarface.
A movie I've never seen.
I really don't see how this fits in the cult classic, though. This was very mainstream. And it definitely did some box office. Al Pacino just dominated this movie. And Michelle Pfeiffer's in there, too. You know, Brian De Palma, who directed a lot of suspense films back in the 80s and the 90s. Also was the director of this particular one. This is basically a drug lord story based out of Miami. So say hello to my little friend.
And then that's how he dies.
Yeah.
Tony Montana.
Yep, that's it.
All right, James, let's go.
You can't yell at me. I've seen that one, okay? Al Pacino at his finest.
I got you, man. You got
I've never
this.
seen it, and I really have absolutely no desire to see Scarface. I don't get it. It's a mob movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
And a very long movie, too. Almost 3 hours.
I don't know. Kenny wants to watch the new Avatar movie tomorrow, and I'm just praying that my medication lets me fall asleep.
Bye.
Hi, CJ. Bye, CJ.
Bye.
Bad weather.
Everyone's running for the hills because of the rain.
Yeah. All right, number 6.
Number 6.
Donnie Darko.
Yep, 2001.
Oh.
This
Oh.
one's kind of out there too. I never looked at rabbits the same after this.
Why are you in that rabbit suit? It's one of Jake Gyllenhaal's first movies.
Yeah. Yep.
I have a really random movie fact.
Okay.
There's a movie called The Land Far, Far Away, and
Okay.
it stars a very young Christian Bale. It's one of his first movies.
Wow. I don't think I've seen that.
I watched it as a little kid, and you have to look it up, and it's an acquired taste, but it's like a kid's rite of passage to watch it.
Okay.
It's based
I'll
in
have to check
Sweden.
that out.
Mhm.
Bye. The noise is going out the door.
Yeah.
Oh, stop! They're kids.
It's all good. I mean, I think I've seen places that have done Darko, but I don't think I've watched it all the way through. So I think I added it to my list the last time we had talked about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's on my vacation list.
Oh, there you go.
It's a good choice.
Number 5.
Yeah, one of your favorites, Lon.
Yeah, I like this one. Reservoir Dogs. Tarantino. Extremely violent. Extremely funny. And a great story, great script, and quite a gathering of actors from Harvey Keitel to Tim Roth to
And Danny DeVito.
Chris Penn,
Mhm.
Michael Madsen. You know, why do you get to be Mr. White? I don't want to be Mr. Pink. So yeah, there was some brutal scenes in this, but what a great movie. Typical for a Tarantino.
Oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino is known for having off the wall movies.
Which leads us into the number 4 movie.
Well, Chris
Kill-
said that Reservoir Dogs was a violent but funny movie. So
Yes. Yep.
he agrees with you guys.
Number 4 is Kill Bill Volume 1.
Oh my god, yes.
Also
with Uma Thurman.
Tarantino. Uma Thurman as the bride. David Carradine and Daryl Hannah.
Mhm.
This particular one was rated R. Actually, when they made Kill Bill 2, they had a sequence in Kill Bill 2 that they had to film in black and white because they were threatened by the ratings board to get an X rating because of the amount of blood that was spilled in a particular scene. So he actually makes that scene clips over from color to black and white as all these people are getting slaughtered, and then it switches back to color again, and thus they got the R rating.
Yeah, and Lucy Liu's in there too.
Yes, absolutely.
I just love it when she's like, move your big toe. And then she starts moving.
And everybody knows the whistle from Kill Bill. If you don't, then you're missing out too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 3 we have to skip because we're not allowed to talk about this movie. From 1999, you have Fight Club.
Yeah, we can't talk about it. Sorry.
Yeah, he went behind me saying, "Rule number 1, don't talk about Fight Club."
Rule number 2, we don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah. So moving on to number 2.
Yeah, from 1994, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, another Tarantino movie. What do you know?
What a shock. Somebody get this dead bitch off my lawn.
There are so many great lines in this.
Oh,
man, I'll tell you. And this is really the resurgence of John Travolta. Kind of resurrected his career.
Another good movie, but it's on TV, so it's tough.
And he, Rev, when it's on TV, it's hacked up so bad, it's not even funny.
It's not. Yeah, it's not worth the watch.
No, it's like watching Smokey and the Bandit on TV
with Swiss cheese
or Longest Yard. You know.
Yeah.
And Training Day is a great movie, but King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Yeah, he's watching Training Day on TNT, so
nice.
You know how movies get all messed up on cable TV.
Yep.
They get to a climatic point on a TNT movie commercial for 10 minutes, and you need to go back in.
Yeah, it's Brett.
Yeah.
All right, Propels.
Royale with cheese.
Around the same time, Pulp Fiction came out was another good one with Face Off.
Oh, Face Off.
Face Off. Yeah.
With Nick Cage
and John Travolta.
Yeah. The funny thing about that one is Nick Cage really had a difficult time playing the Travolta character, but Travolta was like so good at the Nick Cage character that it was seamless. But he struggled to find the character, but he eventually got it, but it took him longer. But Travolta jumped right in on the first day, and he was like, totally enveloped Nick Cage's character.
Oh, yeah. The fact that they played each other was pretty impressive in itself, too.
It was.
Well, I already barely woke up.
What a predicament.
Have fun. We're making that bad.
The number 1 movie is a movie Danielle spoke of earlier, A Clockwork Orange. From 1971.
Yeah, okay. I granted it is a cult movie, but I don't think it deserves the number 1. I mean, you can't forget about Empire Records, Airheads.
Yeah. Empire Records is a great one.
Yeah, Empire Records kickstarted Liv Tyler's career.
Yeah. Is that there's another one that I'll throw into that same kind of category. There was a John Cusack, Jack Black movie called High Fidelity, which was John Cusack owns a record store, and Jack Black works there. And John, we played the clip of him singing one time, remember?
Yes.
And yeah, High Fidelity is Catherine Zeta-Jones is in it too, and there's actually Liv Tyler in it too.
No, I think she's only in
No.
Empire Records.
Maybe I'm thinking of that one. Yeah. It wasn't Liv Tyler. No.
I just think it's funny how her character has the drug problem, considering who her daddy is.
Yeah. That's true.
Well,
But
the
yeah,
crazy thing-
the Clockwork Orange was actually X-rated back in the day in 1971 because it included a rather sadistic rape scene with Anne Margaret and Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, I thought it was all because of all the phalluses that were in there, but I could have been
that
wrong.
too. Yeah, and this is Stanley Kubrick, who went on to do 2001: A Space Odyssey and some other great movies.
Shining.
Yeah. Yep. So
I was just looking at the rest of the list, and a lot of the movies that Danielle just mentioned aren't even on the list.
Were they
Yeah,
written by
I mean,
millennials?
yeah, you never know with who's preparing the list,
Mm.
But I mean, we could just sit here right now and rattle off a bunch more of films that would qualify under the same kind of the
Cult
same
following.
category.
Mm.
Well, you want my number one? Everybody should know this one: The Goonies.
Because Goonies never say die.
Exactly. I mean, I used to watch that movie 5-6 times a day as a kid. Still watch it twice a month.
Yep. Okay, so now I can see the chat again now, so that's good. I was chatless there for a little bit because my phone died.
Oh, good. And The Goonies isn't on this list.
Nah.
Alice _ Michael G. You need to get your shit together.
Yep.
Because I mean, there are some good ones still on this list down below, but they're forgetting a lot too.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, if you really sit down and think about it, you could probably, right off the top of your head, anybody who's a movie buff can think of like 10 movies right off the top of their head and say, yeah, you know what? That was kind of off the beaten track a little bit, but it was really, really good.
Spaceballs was a spin-off of Star Wars.
Yep.
Do you want to know something funny? I've watched Spaceballs, but I never watched Star Wars.
Well, yeah, that's what John's famous for. No Star Wars.
Nope, not one of them.
Oh.
So the funny thing about Spaceballs is that Mel Brooks actually sought approval from George Lucas to make the film. And George Lucas read the script and he agreed to it with only one qualifier. They were not allowed to sell merchandise based on the movie. Thus, when Mel put in the scene about
merchandising
Spaceballs, the flamethrower, that was just as a tip of the hat to George Lucas for allowing him to make the film.
Oh, here I thought it was barf.
Hey, this thing's got a mind of its own. Yeah.
I'm a mug. I'm a half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
No, I mean the quote that always sticks in my head from that movie is Rick Morales. She gives good helmet.
Yeah. Movie I watched the other night, favorite of mine, Stand By Me. Stand By Me was a great one too. Yeah.
based off a Stephen King book.
Correct. Yes. Definitely a classic, I would say. With a
I would-
young Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
All I can think of is
And
Big Bang.
the Coreys.
What
Corey
happened to
Feldman?
Feldman? What happened to Feldman? It's like he became like this middle-aged woman. It kind of like what happened to Axl Rose.
Yeah.
God.
Well,
Yeah,
Friedman dropped off the deep end in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, Axl Rose went from this sex icon to he looks like a soccer mom.
He looks like Madge, who lets you soak your nails before you get them done.
Oh, that's just wrong.
That's Lon's middle name, D. Come on.
That's wrong. That's just
Axl
so wrong.
Rose. Yeah.
Someone tried to tell me that The Craft is a cult movie, and I'm going, no, it's not. It was just a bad movie.
It was a very popular movie, though. I mean, it spawned a sequel.
It did, and I watched it, and I wasn't thrilled.
Wasn't as good as the first one.
Oh hell no! You can't go. You can't touch the original.
Well, another one that involved magic that I would go to in that category would be Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
I, for one, love that movie.
That was a good one.
That one was really good. They made it realistic, but not too gimmicky.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't overdo it. It was subtle.
It wasn't in your face.
Yeah. River Phoenix. Yeah, it was. He's going way too soon, Chris. That's correct.
Mm-hmm. And Joaquin tried to step up into his shoes and has gone off into left field.
Yes. After Gladiator, I mean, I'll give him props for Gladiator, but anything he's done since that, other than the one other one that he got high acclaim for was She, the one where he falls in love with his computer.
Mm-hmm.
With Scarlett Johansson, I think was the voice.
Well, Science, he didn't do a bad job in.
Yeah,
Science was good.
That was okay.
I liked him in Joker.
No, D-Spired. And there goes on.
Well, that's fine. But I think it was how he portrayed it. I didn't say it was a good movie. I just liked the way he portrayed the Joker.
No, I agree. I mean, he portrayed it very good.
Right. It was like the evolution of it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I completely understand what you're saying. I mean, you don't have to like a movie to be happy with how someone does in the movie.
That's true. I agree with that.
Yeah, so give me some credit.
What kind of star do you think he would have been? River Phoenix?
I don't know. He would have been up there with like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he probably would have had those kind of roles. Yeah, kind of the off beaten track kind of
eccentric,
eclectic role. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, Walk the Line was really done.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for that one for sure. And Reese Witherspoon did a great job in that too, as June Carter.
Yes, but I didn't like Joaquin in Gladiator. I think it was too over the top.
Okay, fair enough.
There could have been a better Caesar.
Okay, but what do you think about Russell Crowe and Gladiator? So over the top? Or?
Yeah, because it just got dumb.
Well, let me put it this way. Which one did you prefer more? Like a Gladiator or like the 300 or something? One of those kind of movies.
300 was just... It was fighting for the sake of fighting, gore for the sake of gore.
Okay.
It was over the... granted, I understand it's all history based upon these 300 that beat back this army so badly. While none survived, they
Mhm.
still, dominated over this army. I don't think it needed to go in a direction that it went. It could have been more like the Gettysburg, where it could have been more historical versus
Okay.
all this CG and people covered in gold paint and glitter and made to look like gods. No.
I agree with you there. I totally agree. But I did like Gladiator. And I wasn't real crazy about 300, but that's, again, that's why there's chocolate and vanilla. Everybody has their own, preferences as far as what they like, but yeah,
That's
definitely.
why if you look over here, there's 2 dragons, and one of the dragons
Chris
So
said
I-
he likes Reese.
with his legs
Yeah.
crossed. So, we have
So, I mean, I mentioned one that's kind of falls into that cult classic category, be Smokey and the Bandit
one space.
Yeah.
with Burt Reynolds and Sally Field and Jackie Gleason in the role of a lifetime. I'm sorry. He, if you go back and look at all his roles that he played in his life, other than Ralph Cramden, he was Sheriff Buford T. Justice. I mean,
He sure was.
without a doubt.
You want me to worry?
What a great character.
You want me to continue to?
Yeah, well, Smokey and the Bandit jump started a lot of careers we had talked about a couple months ago. Like, Burt Reynolds took off, Sally Field took off.
I can't go.
Jerry
I mean-
Reed.
Yeah, 1972.
Nah, 77,
Like I
I want to say.
in the whole group.
Let's see.
And it's not.
You can-
Maybe right. Oh, look.
Yep. 77 or 78.
Okay.
Thankfully.
1 second. Normally I can pull it up on my other screen. But since
Yeah,
I'm not home.
you're not on your regular computer.
Smokey and the Bandit.
But like CJ was there that night. CJ was outside.
Smokey and the Bandit. There we go.
I have those images. I have the images of her seeing them every place.
1977.
Did you
Okay.
know? Now, if I'm not mistaken,
I guess
$300
one
million
right.
in the box office.
How much?
300 million.
300. Yeah. And I would go to see it every Friday night, and it played at the Deffert. At the time, it was the Deffert 6, which is now long gone. And yeah, we would go to the mall every Friday night, but we'd go to the arcade, we'd go to Farrell's, and we'd go see Smokey and the Bandit.
There you go.
It played there for like 6 or 7 weeks.
Wow.
Back then, there weren't so many films in the pipeline that something couldn't be held over if it was making a lot of money.
Fair enough. So since we're speaking of movie theaters, Von D, you can answer this as well. You guys remember what the first movie you saw in the movie theater was?
Oh, wow.
which one?
I'd have to think about that for a minute.
D, how about you?
What was that?
What was the first ever movie you saw in a movie theater?
That I can remember?
Yeah, or if you can go back and remember the first one you saw in a movie theater, yeah.
Ghostbusters 2 with my parents at the Leo Mall.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I want to say maybe Bambi or
What was it?
Mary Poppins
Wow.
at the King Theater in Gloucester City on King Street.
I mean, mine was Jurassic Park in Hillside up in Delray,
Okay.
1993.
Yeah, Chris, there's the drive-in down in Vineland is the last one in New Jersey.
There's a couple in PA.
and it's actually a great place to go to watch a movie. It's they have 2 screens. They play 2 movies on each screen a night, and it's stereo sound. You don't have to have the speaker in your car. You tune it in on your FM radio, and yeah, that is a great place to see first run movies, and it's reasonable. I think you get to see 2 movies that might have just came out this week for like $12.
Me and Britt looked at each
Yeah, you
other
can't
when
beat
your
the
mom
price.
started talking. and
Yeah.
went, Where is this going? Because we thought
But
I
I
think
used to,
one way maybe y'all.
yeah, back in the old days when you could bring beer in, we'd bring in coolers and lawn chairs, and it was an event,
Put people in the trunk because you paid by the carload.
Yeah.
I know more.
And then they'd have the marathons on the holidays, where like I remember at the Starlight there in Gloucester City up on 130, they played one time it was like all the Herbie movies, and then one time it was like all the Planet of the Apes movies. They
Oh,
would
wow.
play just back to back, and it would go all night. And then at like 7 o'clock in the morning, they'd serve coffee and donuts.
Because you were there all night.
Yeah. Yep.
Now you gotta drive home, so here's coffee.
Yeah. I think currently, Chris, I think it's like $12. And that's that includes 2 movies, 2 first run movies, like the week of release. It's not like the old days. The way movies used to work in the old days, sometimes you had these dollar theaters where they would show, like there used to be one down in College Town, down in Glassboro, and there were a couple other around. And they would show a movie, and they'd only charge like $1 to go to see a movie. But what it was the studios at the time, if they had a print of the movie that was flawed in some way, it was damaged, or it was, there was some kind of minor problem with the actual film itself, those are the ones that they would rent out to these dollar theaters. And then that's how they had to pay only a fraction of what the main theaters would have to pay to rent the film for a particular show. Now these days, everything comes on a zip drive. I mean, when you're watching a movie in the theater, it's getting delivered to that theater in a zip drive.
That's crazy.
And it goes into a computer system. And it's a lot different than it used to be in the old days, where they actually had to deliver the big giant reels of film.
I still kind of want to see Jaws, and you're sitting in like a big pool, and everybody has like inner tubes to lay on.
Every time I see a picture of that stuff, I'm like, that would be so cool.
You just need one asshole swimming
Yeah.
around with a shark fin on, grabbing
Yeah.
people.
Especially when the dun.
One shithead in a snorkel, and there's pandemonium.
Well, that
Oh,
would be
geez.
me.
Yep,
Fish in a minute.
absolutely.
I mean, it's funny that you talk about dollar movies. I remember seeing the movie, The Craft, since we brought it up earlier. I saw The Craft on an old movie in cinemas, and it was like $1.50 special showing of it.
Oh, Hobby Lobby.
So,
Okay.
but nowadays you go to a movie, so you're paying like $12, $13 for a reserved seat, sure, but now you're paying like top dollar to see a new movie come out.
Look,
Yeah.
Kenny and I went to go see the Dungeons and Dragons movie with our group of friends, and they rented out a movie theater. Well, they had recliners in there. And I'm going, this is not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in these uncomfortable little theater seats and hating life and putting your knees up against the seat in front of you to get comfortable. And now it's like, oh, it's recliners. Oh, you can hit a button. Oh, I can have an adult beverage too. Oh,
Yeah, and they deliver my popcorn and my soda to my chair. What?
yeah, right.
I don't even have to stand in line at the concession stand.
No.
Yeah.
I can buy my ticket. When I buy my ticket, I can tell them, 10 minutes before the movie starts. And 10 minutes before the movie starts, they come walking up to me and they bring my popcorn and my soda, and I'm in, man. I got my recliner on. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you can thank COVID for that. That's when they started all of that.
Nah, it started way before that.
Did it?
Yeah, yep. Actually, the
Down by the loop.
seats, the theaters at the AMC in Deptford, the average theater has, and they have all recliners in every theater. The average theater is about 52 seats.
Yeah, down from about 300 that they used to have.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. So
I mean, I think the last one I actually saw in a movie theater was Mobius. So,
mine was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
okay, so you got me beat by a couple years.
Yeah, but there's certain like Marvel movies you should see in the theater.
Oh yeah,
That's just, my personal opinion, because they're just so, there's so much going on. It just, the small screen doesn't really do it justice.
yeah. Just like I want to eventually go see Oppenheimer in the theater. I heard you guys see it in IMAX for the true experience.
You're sneaking into Barbie. Come on, you can tell us.
Well,
A lot of people are double dipping. They're going to see Oppenheimer and Barbie back to back.
well, you had mentioned last week that Barbie doubled what Oppenheimer did opening week. I still can't believe that.
Barbie, in its opening weekend, Barbie made 132 million US, and it made over 200 million overseas. So it had the fourth biggest opening between Oppenheimer and Barbie. It was the fourth biggest opening of all time for the movies.
Damn,
Opening weekend.
crazy.
Between
On, you're up. Got one in the chat for you.
Okay, hold on.
Decover reviews.
What's up, Aaron? How you doing, Darth? You the man.
That was a mellow one today. I'm guessing because we have company.
Yeah.
I saw the preview for that Babe is movie and it looks so stupid. Babe is movie. For that Babe. Babe is movie. Are they making another Babe movie?
About the pig?
I hope not.
That pig's been baking for a very long time.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Oh,
Yeah.
the Barbie movie.
Oh, Barbie. Yeah. Well, it made a ton of money and it's still making more. So
Oh yeah.
you get ready for Barbie too, because it's coming.
No thanks.
So
Margaret Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Oh yay.
yeah. I didn't know. I just found out Will Ferrell's in it too.
Oh yeah.
He has a part in it too, a small one.
Oh boy.
Non-existent part sounds great.
Not a Will Ferrell fan, I take it.
No, not even close.
Okay.
Like Wonka has Hugh Grant as a Oompa Loompa, and I'm just no.
Yeah, I don't get that. I
Wait,
don't get that
Wonka's
at
coming
all.
out again too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the backstory of how Wonka became Wonka.
Like
Well-
when he first opened the factory.
Okay. Now is that already done and still coming out? Or are they still making it and being on?
They're
hold
still
now?
making it the best I know.
No, they're getting
I-
ready to release it.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. That went fast. I remember when they were first had it in development. It wasn't that long ago.
Well, you had said a couple of weeks ago, no movie's being made right now with the strike. So
Yeah, well, that's true. So anything that, might have had a release date is going to be delayed.
yeah, like Avatar 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. And the other sad thing is the movies that are being released now, the actors aren't going out and promoting them, not doing the talk show circuit, not doing the press things, because of the SAG strike.
Mm-hmm.
Wonka is Charlie. Thanks, Todd.
Oh, the kid that plays Wonka was in Dune. Oh, crap.
What, from the original?
Yep.
I can look it up if you want.
No, it's Timothy.
Chalamet.
Yeah,
Tim
Chalamet.
Yeah.
And then Hugh Grant, Rowan Atkinson, Matt Lucas.
Rowan
Freya-
Atkinson is Mr. Bean.
Yes. Keegan Michael Key.
Okay. I like him. I think he's funny.
Let's see here. Oh, Jim Carter. He is from Downton Abbey.
Okay. They're bringing back Alf. Oh, that's awesome.
Not again.
I loved Alf. And it's Ryan Reynolds.
I did hear that.
I'm in.
Good enough. I'll go with him.
Let me help you put it on.
Nice. Yeah, I could definitely get into Alf, man. That was a great show.
They need to redo dinosaurs at that point. Not the
Oh, that would be great.
Oh my God. If you
And
type in Barbie on your Google search,
Yeah.
your entire page turns pink and sparkles.
Oh boy.
Don't tell Ron that might be his new background.
Yeah, you never know. Oh, there's Jack. How you doing, Jack? Yeah, Alf was does anybody remember what his real name was?
No.
Ralph, wasn't it?
Alf had an actual name. It was Gordon Shumway.
Oh.
And they mentioned it many times in the show. Gordon Shumway was Alf's real name on Melmac, where
Must have missed it.
where he came from. A real life Doug movie. Oh,
That'd be kind of
geez.
cool. I'd watch that.
Doug.
That was my jam back in the day. Okay, I can't
Oh,
help it.
okay. All right.
I used to rush home after school because you had Doug at 3, Hey Arnold at 3:30, and Rocco's Modern Life at 4:00. I had to be home
Yeah.
for all three of them.
Nice. Now I remember when I got home from school. Now obviously I'm going back a little further than you, a little bit, to get home in time to do the homework so you could watch Speed Racer and the Banana Splits on channel 48.
Yeah, I think that's a little before my time, Ron.
Yeah.
John had a question for me. Hey, I actually preferred BB Bluff over Patty Mayonnaise. I'm not gonna lie. And then he said his Speed Racer was my jam, bro.
Yeah.
How about
Speed
you, D?
Racer and his long lost brother Rex, who was Racer X. And Spritle and Chim Chim and Trixie and Pops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's the stuff there.
What about you, D? What did you rush home to watch after school?
Nothing. Actually, I wasn't allowed to watch TV until after my homework was done.
No, all parents say that. The question is, did you actually follow it?
Yes, peak point in time. My grandmother was born in 1930, so yes, I made sure that my homework was done first.
Okay.
If not, you got the wooden spoon.
Yeah, Spritle and Chim Chim. Yep. Darth.
Yes, I did get the wooden spoon a few times. Thank you.
So let's go off of that and say, what was your go-to Saturday morning cartoon?
The USA Cartoon Express.
Okay.
It was like a couple of hours.
Which gave you a variety of a few different ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a few hours.
Like I'm thinking the one that jumps in my head right away is Tom's, and these were ones that were on. They were all kind of right in the same wheelhouse.
Nope.
So, but I don't think they were a Saturday morning though. Saturday morning, I know it was, usually like Looney Tunes and that kind of stuff. But then it went to Land of the Lost. I remember was pretty cool in the day for its time. But we're going back a ways though.
Chris said, "You guys remember the Land Before Time show?" Don't think I've ever seen that one.
Yeah, that was Land of the Lost. That's
Land
the
of the
one,
Lost.
the one with the slee stacks and where they were in the raft and then they fell down the waterfall and ended up with the dinosaurs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might be the one he's referring to.
And then Jack liked the Flintstones.
Flintstones. Yeah. Well, Flintstones was based on the Honeymooners, believe it or not. Fred Flintstone was patterned after Ralph Cramden, and Barney Rubble was patterned after Ed Norton. Yep. And that started in prime time. And the Flintstones was a primetime series on ABC when it started. It was the first primetime animated series.
Never knew that.
Yep.
I always thought it was just a quickie cartoon that was turned into a movie.
Nah. Yeah, a couple movies actually.
Yeah, but at least 2 I know of, maybe 5 more.
Nah, there were 2.
You just had the regular Flintstones and the Rock of Viva Las Vegas one.
Viva Rock Vegas, yeah. And Marg Rock. Yes.
That makes me unhappy every time we talk about that.
Yes. And Marg Rock was the bomb.
Well, now we know who you had a crush on.
Yep.
Trying to think what else. I mean, Saturday morning cartoons were hard for me because I was so active in sports growing up. So, I mean, the only one that really pops in my head would be Animaniacs. It was a spin-off of Looney Tunes, just different characters.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's the only one that rings a bell in my head. I mean, it's a weekend. I don't have school. I'm outside playing.
What was it?
Okay.
Tiny Toons, right? Wasn't that the other one?
Yeah, I think so.
Where it was like all the Looney Tunes characters as little kids, like Porky Pig and Daffy Duck and
Yes, there was Tiny Toons, and then there was the Muppet Babies,
Muppet Babies. Yeah,
Gummy Bears, Fraggle Rock.
The Gummy Bears. Wow. Yeah, Fraggle Rock was on HBO, but yeah, I remember Fraggle Rock.
Strawberry Shortcake.
Fraggles.
The original Transformers, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Thundercats, She-Ra, He-Man.
Yep.
I'm showing my age.
Now you're showing me up all your knowledge. I mean, I might be fired off Friday night. You might have to take over now.
Stop it before I hand you Midol.
Midol?
Yes, so you can get off of your man period.
Yeah.
I could easily just leave the show, too. Oh, yeah, I'll just mute myself. You guys can talk for the rest of the night.
I don't know how long that's going to last because I'm getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah, we're pretty much towards the end anyway, so you can hang in there for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking
Thundercat, Jetsons, Tom and Joe. Tom and Joe is a good one.
Jetsons, yeah, Jetsons was a good one.
There was
How
one
about
dinosaurs too.
Wacky Racers with Dick Dastardly and Muttley.
Oh my god, my coworker's ringtone and notification tone is Muttley snickering.
Yeah.
And Muttley, it's a sound. It's Muttley snickering and Muttley grumbling.
Nice. I like it.
I've been told I'm an old soul. I'm like, well, I am old now.
Yeah, my for a long time my text tone was the Jetsons doorbell. So every time I would get a text message, it would sound like there was somebody at the door. Doon doon doo doo.
Now, when somebody's at our door right now, it sounds like a choo-choo train because my beloved husband has an obsession with choo-choos.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I could see where that could wear on you after a while.
Right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking at that one. I think I might be able to put a train down on my doorbell too.
yeah.
I gotta look.
I changed it for Halloween.
Hey, well, for Halloween you have to. You gotta have something spooky.
I'd have it year-round if it was up to me.
Sounds like my daughter's the same way. He's like, it's spooky season all year.
It is. It is spooky season all year. My girlfriends and I
Yeah.
are planning to go into Salem in October if we can find an Airbnb.
Yeah, it's tough to find one that time of year. My wife goes every year actually, so she's very familiar with Salem. So if you ever have any want any tips on anything, she can. She's pretty much a resident expert.
We're literally going like October 13th and leaving that Sunday, so it's only for like a
Yeah.
weekend trip.
Yeah. So yeah, it's you got to book it soon because even now, I can guarantee you it's going to be hard to find stuff in October because
Oh,
that stuff gets booked up like you wouldn't believe.
I found the perfect Airbnb and like I was trying to get all the girls on board, and then before I knew it, it was gone. And I'm going, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah, this is the time of year people are booking them.
Oh yeah, 'cause I looked at booking a hotel for Halloween one year, but thanks to COVID, I couldn't go anywhere. But like the closest hotel I got was like 20 miles out.
Yeah,
Then they tell you not even to take public transport, like not to drive into Salem itself during certain times of the year. They want you to
yeah.
take public transportation.
Well, yeah, because there's no place to park. That's the biggest issue with Salem, because you really can't drive cars through town. So there's only so many parking spots in and around the city. So it's tough to get around sometimes.
But it's definitely on my list. I definitely get there at least once.
Yeah, I was there once, but like I said, my family goes every year.
I mean, in a little less than 2 years, I'll be making my big trip. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah,
Astoria, Oregon. I'll be out there for hopefully the 40th anniversary of the Goonies.
oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
That's my big trip I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
I mean, I live, die, and sweat the Goonies. Okay, I can't help it.
Did you like that video I sent you? Did you
Where-
the one with from the Goonies?
which
Uh,
was the cat one? No, you sent
No,
me a couple.
I forget which one it was.
I have your message right here. Hold on. You sent me a.
Yeah, I've
nope.
sent you a couple, but the one in particular. I was
with
thinking of.
the Kyle Pitts Fantasy Football League.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah,
I did. I found that quite humorous how they incorporated chunking sloth into that.
yep, yeah, that's right.
Goonies, that was a good movie. Absolutely, Chris. Great. Hands down, my favorite movie of all time. Anyone that knows me knows that.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap up another fun week here on the show.
Yeah, man. Was
These weeks just
go ahead.
these weeks just click away anymore because we're so used to doing as much as we do. Before we know it, we start on Monday night and we're done on Friday already.
Yeah, it's true. This week did fly by, and we had some great shows this week with Sports Gladiators on Monday, and we had Morgan and Shannon on Tuesday.
Yeah.
An entertainment night, and then we did trivia on Wednesday with me and Johnny. Thursday night, the Rev Grimm and his cast of characters took over the channel.
Cast of characters is your family now.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He's sitting behind me laughing.
But yeah, they were having a great time last night. I popped in for a little bit, and then our Friday night movie night, which is the longest running show on the Basement Show. So we're creeping up. We got only a couple weeks away from the 1-year anniversary.
Yep.
We're still looking for to continue to share and follow and subscribe, all that good stuff.
17 away.
Yeah, 17 away from the 450.
Yep.
Which is awesome on Facebook. And then good numbers on YouTube and Twitch. TikTok.
Yeah, that's creeping up there.
Yep. So it's an exciting time. We can't do it without you guys. That's the thing. You all who come in to chat and help us out and participate, who join us on the show like Dee did tonight. We appreciate you, Dee. Thanks for spending some time with us tonight. But all you in the chat, we really can't do this without you guys. So we do appreciate your participation. And, if you ever have any suggestions on stuff you'd like us to talk about, feel free to throw it out there. Actually, we're doing this tonight by suggestion. So we're open to whatever it is you guys want to do, because without you, we're just a couple guys and a girl all just talking amongst ourselves.
Yeah. Well, no, I piggyback off on it. Just the show goes as far as you guys take it. So tonight we had Kristen chat with us. Jack came back. We had Darth popping on Twitch. Who else we have? Curtis popped in for a minute to say hello. Gary, both Garys actually. Dawn popped in to say hi. Amber, Sam driving home from New York. They were in West Virginia. Safe travels to them. They're heading back to Texas. So, just thank you to everybody who jumped in. Dee, thanks for being part of the show tonight. And we'll be back live on Monday night for Sports Gladiators at 9 o'clock. All shows are now at 9 p.m. Next week might be a little different with people coming and going, but there will be shows Monday through Friday next week, and we will have fun.
All right. Sounds good.
Dia, you have anything last to say? I think we might have lost Dee, but
Okay.
it was nice to have her in chat. She's welcome back anytime she wants. But other than that, you have anything else, man?
Nope. That's it. That's everything I had. Once again, just thank you guys for everything. And we'll be talking to you next week with a full slate of shows. And have a good night. And we'll catch you on the rebound.
Yeah. And you never know when you'll find a pop-up show on a Saturday or Sunday. So stay alert. That's all I'm saying.
So when it'll be from my house again.
Yeah, we'll be from Alan and Shannon's house again. With the whole gang. So
Everybody got scared of the rain and ran away.
Yep, that me.
Please sit there.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night. See you next time.